Okay, so the last class from the base game is Infiltrator. And Infiltrator is a kind of a spy or a spy / ranger, people who work deep behind enemy lines. They use they're used mostly either by different armies of different warring factions, or they work on their own to fulfill some agenda, or maybe or they are hired to do something stealthy or secretly, especially if it's connected with moving through the areas or forested areas, mountains and such.
Yeah, and infiltrators, as Grzegorz have said, can use the best their abilities to move throughout the game world, and they can generate more movement and use it wisely. So each of the classes has their own one strength is connected with one mechanical part of the game. So for Warders it's map, for infiltrators it's movement, like for smugglers resources, and for relictors cards. And this movement is represented also by the stealth keyword, and the stealth keyword means that you can always spend some move points to also gain some additional effects when playing a stealth event or triggering ability on the weapon or ability that also has this keyword. And also infiltrators excel in dealing direct damage. They have a lot of events that can be used to sneakily defeat their enemies or disable their abilities to move. So this focus on making movement one of the key parts of our tactics is something that Infiltrator does.
So let's move to Forgotten Song expansion. So Forgotten Song expansion box contains a new campaign, that brings us to completely different continent, different setting, and we tell the story from the perspective of Triarchy. I mentioned before that there is a certain political situation, and the key event is invasion of Triarchy. Triarchy is a confederate state of people who believe in new gods. Because they mentioned that all gods are dead, but they first of all they claim that it was a mistake that crushed the pillars that hold reality is standing on, and the second thing, they claim that there are new gods that they bring with them. So this is a completely different perspective from the old countries that were part of this coalition that defeated the gods many centuries ago. So yeah, different perspective, and also new different class, which is Executor. Triarchy executors are basically the doers of the will of new gods. So they are kind of preachers, but also judges and military commanders, you could say. So they are main force of reaching the new religion, and there are some certain quirks about them. The first thing is they are distinguished by the special masks, or Triarchy executors have special masks. They are usually custom made, and they represent they are not them, but they are representing the higher being. And the second thing is the use of glyphs, which are special sacred signs and symbols that empower them.
Yeah, and when designing the Executor class, while this is one class that is not available either in base game or in class packs, only in this campaign expansion Forgotten Song, although they will be playable in base game as well, with the different lore background. But I don't want to spoil anything at this point, because it will be when you will choose the character, you will receive the background. But mechanically speaking, for Executors, I wanted to have something entirely different from the core roster of characters, and something very different, and to give players the feeling that they bought an expansion with something very unique. And while this is the only class that doesn't have their special keyword, like the thing that is appearing on abilities or events or items, they have entirely new type of cards, and these entirely new cards were mentioned already by Grzegorz, and they are the Glyphs. And the Glyphs are a kind of signs that are attached to different parts of the player's tableau. Some are attached to another card, some are attached to the player board itself, some are attached to the portrait or to the deck, and they enhance the abilities of these parts of the player tableau in a different way than previously. So, for example, and they can use it also on other players, and it's very important, because Executor is not just a lone ranger that focuses only on himself, but he can also adjust some other players' tableaus with their glyphs. And these glyphs, for example, they can enhance the power of any other weapon, and it's something that is not seen in the base game. They can have a glyph that allows them to have 3 different abilities instead of 2, and it's also something that it's potentially very powerful and way more unique than any ability in the base game. But it's only one part of the things that make Executors unique, because they also have a lot of cards that use the new type of dice that is available only in Forgotten Song expansion. These are yellow faith dice, and this is like in the core game you have 3 types of tests and 3 types of abilities, like, let's say, and these are prowess, cunning, and expertise. And in this expansion you have also this faith, and it's not like a 4th ability, and you never will have, for example, test of faith within the game, but this yellow dice may be used instead of any other dice, and they have a very high power output, because they are as good as any other die in any type of test. But they also come with a risk, because each time you will roll a blank side of any other die, it will be just blank. You don't get success. It's a pity, but it's not something very, very bad. But if you roll the mask side, which is instead of blank sides on this yellow die, you actually are toying with this god's power, and it's not good entirely. So I would say that Executor's power output is higher, power ceiling is higher than any other class, but they are also risking abusing the power of the new gods and of the Triarchy for mortal things, and it's not entirely wise to be like this kind of person who tries to use the relics and the god's power for their own sake.